Good morning, Alana and Brienne. It is so nice to meet you guys. Welcome. And you guys are in the middle, well, I guess you're wrapping up your tour now, but you guys have performed some 20 shows. How is everything going and how are you enjoying this ride so far?
We've been having the best time. Honestly, it's a dream come true. It's the longest tour we've ever done, so yeah, it's been amazing.
And you're in Toronto this evening. What can we expect? This is your final show before a bit of a break.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, we're planning to really bring it for this one because, you know, it's one of the biggest shows and it's the last night, so we've had a lot of practice for the last 20 shows.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And,
exciting.
you know, in case people can't tell, you are twins, which we mentioned. Who's older?
I'm older.
You're older.
Yeah, she doesn't let me.
I know, I always say
claim
I'm more mature.
I'm 45 minutes, which I think that's a decent chunk of time.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And you know, we usually talk about like sibling rivalry and all that, and maybe you have your quarrels that we don't know about, but what's it been like working together, being creative with your twin sister? Is the connection even more powerful because you're kind of, you know, sharing the same ideas? Like, what's that like?
We actually like to write separately.
Oh,
just
really?
because I don't know, we get very, I mean, obviously because we're twins, people are always kind of grouping us together in life. So then writing is kind of our one outlet where we can kind of like tell our own stories. Yeah.
Brienne, is that like the same for you?
I agree with that. I think that sort of like telepathy comes in when we're performing together. So we've been performing together since we were like 12 years old and harmonizing and everything. So it's kind of like there's so much that's just unspoken, like it just like happens. And I think that there's a little bit of it is just experience, but I think a lot of it is that twin connection.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you mentioned 12 years old. I understand when you first got started with music, it was country music that you were kind of dabbling in first, and then quite a transition to where we are today. How did that evolve?
I guess over time we kind of just like our styles changed. Like just the music I was listening to in high school was kind of not really country like it was when I was younger. Like we started off listening to Taylor Swift when we were like 12, which kind of got us into country in the first place.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, I think we still use like country songwriting techniques still, like kind of like blend like a few different genres.
We spent a lot of time in Nashville, and that's sort of where we learned to write songs. And we still love country music, and who knows, maybe one day there'll be a country revival for us.
Yeah.
But I think it's also part of just, we've been growing up doing this, and part of growing up, you know, you're changing your style, you know? It's kind of normal when you're like going from teens to 20s to like be changing things up and trying
very
new
normal.
things.
And speaking of writing, I have to ask about the name of your group, Fionn. Is there a special meaning to the name?
Yeah, actually, it's one of our last names in Irish. Yeah, we're Finn Morris, so it's Finn in Irish is Fionn.
That's
Oh,
really
very
nice.
cool.
Yeah,
What a nice
it is
homage
a really
to your
cool name.
Yeah.
And
family.
touring with JJ Wild, what is that like right now? I mean,
Oh, it's so cool. She's amazing. She's so
Yeah.
cool. Such a talented girl and just the nicest person. And
Yeah.
we've just been having such a great time. Just being on the road with her and her team.
We're just inspired every night, which is like such a cool feeling.
do you get like an invitation from her team, or do you present yourself and say, we'd love to join you, you know, on the road? How does that work behind the scenes?
I think it was an invitation from her team. Like
wow,
our team just let us know, they're like, we think we have this tour opportunity for you. We were like manifesting every night, and then like about like a month after we heard about it, we like found out we got it, and we were just
We were
Thrilled,
very excited. We've been wanting
you
this for a
guys.
long time.
And what have the shows been like? Are you exhausted? Have the rehearsals been going well? Like, give us an idea of your daily schedule.
Oh my gosh. Well, a lot of like constantly in motion.
Yeah.
You know, like we're never like in a hotel room for more than one night, and then we're just off in our van, like just off to the next place. And Canada is a big country, so the drives are so long. I've never driven for as long as we have for this tour.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it just like there's something that just feels innately exciting about it all the time. So even though you're exhausted, like I feel like we can always bring it when it comes as soon as the outfit's on. Honestly, as soon
as the outfit's on, I love
as
that.
soon as I put the whole
the
face
eyeliner
together, I'm
wings.
like, okay, I'm ready.
Showtime.
Yeah.
It's showtime.
I'm sure that's quite enjoyable too, to explore our country, because Canada is so beautiful, and to be on the road, you know, you get to visit with people in different communities and get all these great experiences. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and we can't wait to see what's next. I know you finally get a bit of a break. It's been a lot, obviously 20 plus shows, but we appreciate you taking the time to check in with us before your big show tonight. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Great to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.